Macmillan Audio presents Dune, Heir of Caladan, written by Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson. Narrated for you by Scott Brick. When we think of dedicating any book we have written, we always think first of the incredible women who have dedicated their entire lives to us, Janet Herbert and Rebecca Muad'Dib. As part of our commitment to them, we lovingly dedicate this book to Janet and Rebecca. And in special gratitude for his extensive work in the Dune universe, as well as his constant support of this trilogy, we also want to dedicate this to Christopher Morgan of Tor Books for his constant support of this series. The dream becomes more real each time I experience it. In my waking moments, I long to return there, though I sense great danger. Paul Atreides, Private Journals. In his dim bedchamber, Paul lay awake on an unusually warm evening, his covers thrown aside. He felt very alone in Castle Caladan and adrift, uneasy that Duke Leto and Lady Jessica were far away and separated from each other. Gurney Halleck was gone too. But he was the heir to noble House Atreides, and he had to think like a duke. He was about to turn 15, and Caladan was his responsibility, at least temporarily while his father was gone. He knew that the Duke's mission was of utmost importance, and he recalled the recorded message his father had left for him. "Watch this only if I don't come back," Leto had said, placing the Shigawire spool in the young man's palm. "I hope you never need to view it. You know why I'm doing this, why I'm taking such a risk." And in the Duke's expression, Paul saw a genuine realization of the danger to which he was exposing himself, willingly, for the sake of the Imperium. Now, Paul tried to sleep in the uncomfortable heat, feeling sticky sweat on his skin. The day had been unseasonably hot without the sea breezes that customarily skimmed over the water and moderated temperatures along the coast. As bad luck would have it, the castle's mechanical air cooling system had failed at just such a time. Caladan engineers had inspected the mechanism, consulted manuals provided by the Ixian manufacturer, and apologized to the young man that repairs could not be completed without securing parts from off-planet. Paul was not a delicate, noble child, so he could deal with such discomfort, preferring to adapt to the weather and ignore it as much as possible. A human surviving the elements. Open windows and sea breezes were welcome to him. With the wilderness excursions he'd made with his father, the young man felt relaxed without being enclosed within a structure. For security reasons, as well as the expected decorum of a ducal heir, he couldn't be footloose and aloof. He had to play the part of a young nobleman residing in the ancient castle, ready on a moment's notice to rule in Leto's place. It was what his father expected of him, the same as old Duke Paul Atreides had demanded of his own son a generation before. To make his father proud, Paul would meet those expectations. But he rather liked the idea of doing things people did not anticipate. The boy tossed and turned in the darkness, wiped perspiration from his brow. Finally, he swung out of bed and carried a sheet and pillow out onto the small balcony of his bedroom, where he lay down in his thin nightclothes. The tile balcony was hard and warm, still radiating heat from the day. With a sigh, he gazed up at the gently twinkling stars in the crystal-clear night. Across his field of vision danced stars whose names he knew, the ones his father and Dr. Yueh had taught him, Sila, Ikam, Yailar, and many others, all part of the vast galactic imperium, but none of the brightest stars overhead.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?